finally decided to do it. I just have so many thoughts sometimes, and I'm like, yo, you hear the tweets, but sometimes I don't feel people 100% understand the tweets. I think um, like I had discussions with people, and they were like, oh, you're just excuse me. They were like, you're an asshole, or you're just certain things. But that's just because people don't necessarily understand the picture I'm trying to paint. So I decided to start doing Paverbs podcast. Don't know if I have one for every day. Like I don't have 900 million thoughts every day, but I definitely want to make it something I do frequently. So I guess welcome to the first Paverbs podcast. So yeah, here we go. I think today, well, no, yesterday I actually tweeted. For me, the hardest part about love isn't giving it; it's opening myself up. It's opening myself up to receive it from you. Again, for me, the hardest part about love isn't giving it; it's opening myself up to receive it from you. Oh my God, sorry about that. What I mean by that basically is like, I feel like giving love is super easy, especially when you're just a nice person. Um, like it's nothing to buy you things and show you I care about you. If you got money, it's nothing to do that. It's nothing to, if you got time, listen to you. Help you out with your issues, talk you through things. Like me, I like listening. I love women. I grew up around women. Like at all points in times, it was minimum 3 women in my house at all points in time. So I'm good with women. I know how to communicate. With women. If you put me in a room, I'm always gravitate towards the women, just on some conversation, like type level. I'm always. So it's nothing for me to listen to women, or want to help women out with their problems. Or like if you got money, it's nothing to spend it on you. Like that's nothing. Literally, what is that? If you have the money to spend, and I'm just spending money on you, like that's nothing. Like these things are very, very small and trivial, and at the same time, like it doesn't. You loving somebody doesn't really, you showing love to somebody doesn't really help them like love you. It helps them care about you. It doesn't really help them like love you, like the being that is you. I think what does that is opening yourself up to somebody. Like again, it's like a lot of women who I probably know way more about them than they know about me, just because I don't talk like that. Like our conversations will be literally fucking just them talking and me like helping them through issues, and me, commenting on when I can. But it's literally like me being a damn psychologist and just listening and just like responding. But that does nothing. Like that's super easy. Like that's not going out on like a ledge. That's not putting yourself out there and letting somebody, being able and like opening yourself up for somebody to care about you. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the hardest part, because I mean that takes you being vulnerable. Like me, telling you my deepest, darkest secrets, and not just even just talking, like just doing things with you that I would do in my alone time. Like for me, I love basketball. So, if you somebody who, not just you came over the crib and I like put this on and like put like an old game on just like to put something in the background, and we listen to music and we talking. That's different from like, me, sitting down with you and like explaining what's going on. Like that's me showing you my passion and showing something like I'm passionate about. Or me, say we listening to my music and I'm going through it, like breaking down lines and stuff like that to you. Like that's me showing you my passion. That's me showing you something I care about. That's me giving you leverage, like not leverage over my soul, but just like a inside look into who I am as a human being, which also in turn helps you know me better and care about me better. Because if you don't know my inner workings and know what gets me going, and you can't really even love me the way you want to love me, that's me giving you an opportunity to love me. And again, that's when you open up real connections with people, and like that can be scary, because we've all, I'm pretty sure everybody has experienced some form of heartbreak in their life. Like even if you 16, 17, 18, you still experience some form of like heartbreak in which you let somebody, and it don't always have to be somebody that like you was dating. Like honestly, I've had probably like the closest relationships with women I wasn't even like officially dating, but it's like I let them in on my world, and they let them in, and they probably also in turn kind of sort of let me in on their world, which when it doesn't work out, like you take those situations and you take like how it felt. Sometimes you can internalize it, and it can deter you from doing the same in other situations because you don't want it to turn out the same way. But again, that's what it takes to be able to, build a genuine connection with somebody. Like, you have to also in turn give them the ability and the capability to be able to love you. Like, you got to be open with them. Like, you got to tell them some things that, like, may be personal, that, like, in an argument down the line, that they could use that against you. They could use that information to hurt you or to spite you or to, make you feel some like certain type of way. But again, what if they don't? Like, what if they use that information and, like, it gives them a better understanding of you, and it makes them want to not take care of you, but in like a sense, take care of you. So that's just what that is about. I mean, again, it's mad situations like that for me, but that's part of it. What's being emotionally unavailable is, it's not so much that, like, sorry about that. It's not so much as when it comes to being emotionally unavailable as it is you're incapable of giving love. It's that you're incapable of receiving it, because that's way harder. Like, we all have love to give. Like, we're put on this earth to give love, but I think sometimes we don't recognize that we also need it. And also, even for me, sometimes, like, I can feel like, am I being, like, selfish by, like, taking over this conversation and talking about myself and, like, not letting this person, like, get their thoughts out. But sometimes that's needed. Like, if somebody really cares about you, they'll be down to listen to whatever. And sometimes I was having a struggle, like, am I being selfish? Like, does she need to talk? Like, does she need to speak? Does she need to whatever? But at the same time, like I said, if I'm gonna build an actual connection with somebody, like, these are things that we need to do. We need to sit down and watch the '96 finals, and I need to describe to you what a pick and roll is. I need to describe to you why Gary Payton should have guarded Michael Jordan, because again, like, those things are my passion. Like, if you gonna be with me and we gonna rock out, then I'm not gonna stop doing these things. So that gives you a better understanding about me, and also about me in other areas. Like, you can take that and be like, oh, okay, well, I understand why, you might have said this, or you might have said that. Like, that's just his passion, or, like, that's just the way he thinks about things. He thinks about things outside the box. So when it comes to some other issue in life, because the inner workings of somebody, because they've let you in, on the things that sometimes you can't explain to people, they just have to figure it out for themselves. But along with them figuring it out for themselves, you also have to give them the avenue to be able to figure it out for themselves. You can't just expect people just to, just do it and figure it out. You also gotta, like, give them a path to be able to even do that. And also, again, it can be scary because you may not get the response that you want to get. But again, that's what you have to. That's the the hard part. Again, that's why, like, love can be so difficult. Like I said, it's not more so about giving it, it's about receiving it, because that requires you to be fearless. Like, if I'm giving you love, I could take away the love I'm giving you at any point in time. Or if I'm, like, showing you love, if I'm just buying you stuff and that's how I show you love, I could stop buying you stuff at any point in time. I can't take back my vibes. Like, I can't take back the things I've told you, or, like, the things I've showed you. I can't take that back. Like, you will have those memories forever. As opposed to, you might not have my love forever. If I'm, just spending, like, I can always take my time away. I could take my money away. I could take my conversations away. But I can't take away, times when I showed you my passion, or things when I told you certain things. Unless I, like, literally fucking wipe your memory away or something like that. Like, I can't take those things away. And again, like, that's what can make love very hard. Or at least that's what I found can make love very hard for me. Is being able to not necessarily let somebody else open up to me. Is being able to open up back to them. And again, it's deeper than just, like, talking. I mean, conversation is, like, a lot of it, but it's deeper than just that. Like, meeting the homies. Like, women don't even meet my homies, bro. I know certain people have no problem with, like, meeting people's families. Women don't even meet my homies. Like, if you meet my homies, we damn near, like, married at that point or something like that. Like, women don't meet my guys. So it's like, certain things when it comes to that, like just letting you in on my world, like letting you see me interact around other people, letting you see me interact when I'm just watching the game, letting me see you interact, when I'm listening to music, or when I'm making music, or me describing a line to you or something like that, that like I might have made, things that I all care about, things that give you a much deeper understanding about me, and also you can analyze it and interpret it your own way. That's the hard part, so yeah, I mean, I'm sure other people feel the same way, because again, like we've all had situations in which we put it all out there for somebody, or we at least try to put it all out there for somebody, and like we maybe didn't get the response that we wanted, or we it didn't end up the way we wanted it. But also with that, the worst thing that you can possibly do is like block a situation from going where it possibly could, because you didn't want to be fearless, and because you didn't want to communicate, and because you didn't want to be open. And that's also something that can also happen a lot when you get into these situations where you don't want to open yourself up, and I guess be okay with failure, and be okay with heartbreak and stuff like that. I guess, like, I mean, yeah. So hey, this is, like I said, this is the inaugurational Paverbs podcast. Again, I'm not gonna make these super long. I don't think I need to make them super long. It's just me talking. I don't think I need to sit here and talk about one of my tweets for 20 minutes. But just try to give people a better insight, and a better understanding, of things I may think about. And yeah, so like I said, the tweet was what was the tweet? The exact tweet was, for me, the hardest part about love isn't giving it, it's opening myself up to receive it from you. So yeah, Paverbs 6:24. This was the explanation of it. So yeah.